Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Ōkami. Last time we made our way to the base of Ezofuji, where we learned about some really crazy history about the land of Kamui here, and we also got an amulet that will allow us to get into Yoshpet, which is where we need to go next in order to find Lika, because Lika is the only person that can perform the volcanic incantation, which will make the volcano erupt, which will save the world, presumably. Yeah, lots and lots of backstory been going on recently, so without further ado, we're going to head back out into Kamui and get started on our next adventure. The mysterious forest of Yoshpet. The entrance has been sealed by the Owina crest. They did that to protect it from the monsters in these parts. That forest originally had its own power that kept them away. But I wonder if Yoshpet has lost his power. After all, no place is safe from evil in this land now. Very eerie sentiment indeed. Anyway, I'd say before we go onward that I actually grinded money, but it turns out I didn't because we have quite a bit of treasure and we're going to be getting quite a bit more, so I'm banking on, get the pun there, I'm banking on us having enough money through stuff that we obtain over the course of this episode. Hopefully I am not wrong in that regard, because this game requires a lot of money of you. Right here we have a new enemy. This enemy is the Bull Charger, and he really sucks. You want to use Veil of Mist on this guy pretty much constantly, because you can see he takes a lot of damage, even with a 4th tier rosary. So what you want to do is you want to wait for him to turn gray, and then slash him, and then you can remove that evil, ugly mask of his, and with that, he really isn't too much trouble. I believe his floral finisher is Inferno. And yes indeed, I got it. 5 Demon Fangs, and a lot of money as well. Very nice. We're going to be seeing that enemy quite a bit from here on out, just because the game likes to throw some really ridiculous enemies at you near the end right here. Gonna grab a little bit of praise from these guys, probably like, I don't know, 10 praise, something like that. Oh wow, exactly 10. Nice. But anyway, right here is indeed the entrance to Yoshpet, the consuming forest of evil. Ooh. Let's head right on inside. Eerie indeed. Yoshpet. The Eastern Forest. The ancient people of Kamui dubbed it Yoshpet. It means consuming forest in their ancient language. They say the forest will swallow you up if you lose your way. Kai said she'd be waiting for us here. I wonder where she is. Well, look who else is here. Why Amaterasu? Ah, not that half-baked prophet again. What are you looking for now, ma chérie? I'm still looking for you-know-what. But this cold sure is making it difficult. Like we really care, pretty boy. If you're gonna be dogging our tracks like this, you'd better tell us who you really are. Who I really am? That's right. I mean, we already know that you're up to no good. Excusez-moi, but I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just looking for a certain path. You could say I am a seeker of the eternal heavens. Aha! Now I know why you keep babbling on about a path to the heavens. You're planning a wolf murder. Then you'll take Ami's place in heaven. Huh? By that look, I take it I've hit the nail on the head. That also explains why you keep turning up wherever we go. A path to the heavens? Bah. More like a highway to you-know-where. You You misunderstand me, my little bouncing friend. The path to the heavens I seek is not a vulgar thing such as that. My path to the heavens slumbers here in the land of Kamui. I seek a heavenly ark. Heavenly ark? That's right. In Kamui, there is a ship of iron locked in ice. I can sense it now. It is almost within my grasp. You too know this, do you not, Amaterasu? Hey, leave Furball out of this. Well, I must bid you adieu. No need for any prophecies this time. Au revoir. You have to wonder why there is indeed no need for a prophecy this time. Food for thought. Anyway, right here we have Kai. I've been waiting for you, Amaterasu. Did you know that Yoshpet means consuming force? Well, considering there was a mandatory cutscene about 2 minutes ago that explained exactly that, I'd say we do know that. It is said that those who lose their way here can never escape. Even the monsters try to avoid the place as much as they can. Our tribe has long been entrusted with protecting this forest. And that's why the entrance is sealed with the Owina crest. Recently, however, the forest's power has been weakening, so it's hard to know what might be awaiting us inside. But if we can make it deep inside the forest, we'll come to a special place. It's a secret place that humans can never reach. I had something of a connection with the place when I was small. That's why I know the way. Right, Isun? He really seems mum, doesn't he? There's a chance that Lika might be there. We're all depending on you, Amaterasu. Well, it's time to begin our expedition into the forest. Run as fast as you can. Are you ready to go? I'd say we are ready to go. Now, Kai is going to serve as a bit of a guide in the forest of Yoshpet, but she's really pretty useless because there are signs telling you where to go anyway. Let me warn you first. Do not underestimate this forest, okay? The tree pollen here has the power to confuse beasts. We Owina can't stay in here long, and I doubt you can either. None of us want to get lost in the blizzard and die out here. So make sure you follow me and don't fall behind. Now, this area has a bit of an interesting gimmick to it. Oh, spirits of the air, earth, and sea, protect us with your divine powers. Kai is going to act as our guide through this forest, Yoshpet. Now, it is worth noting there are 3 sections to Yoshpet, and you need to make your way through all 3 of them in order to get through. At the end of each section, there is a fork in the road, and Kai will tell you which way you want to go. This is really completely pointless because there is also a sign telling you where to go, so I really don't see much point in it. And also, you want to go the wrong way because the wrong way holds treasure. There are a couple of stray beads that we can get in this area. The first one is right before the fork in the second section, and the other one is at the end of the wrong path in the final section. Now you'll notice there are a lot of cursed trees here. Remember these from Hana Valley? If you want to make your life very, very, very easy, you want to bloom all of these trees and get all of the treasures and everything in this area now. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of problems later on. So what we're going to be doing is we're basically going to be going through this area and pretty much ignoring the fact that there is possibility of us getting lost in this forest, because what happens if you run out of time, because as you can see we are timed, you just get a Zelda-esque death that sends you back to the beginning of the area, and then you just get to start over. But all of the progress you make purifying the area is going to stay, which is really, really nice. Now, for that reason, as you can imagine, I'm going to be very thorough going through this area, and it's going to take me quite a while. So I am going to be speeding up this area just because it has the potential to take a very long time to get through. So I think we're going to be cueing the music, and I would like you guys to keep your eye out for those 2 stray beads that I mentioned. But anyway, with that, cue whatever music pops into my head. Alrighty, I think I got everything in that area. It only took me 2 runs through, which is pretty good. Here we are. It's been a while since I was last here, so I wondered if I'd make it. You know, after all this time, it hasn't changed one bit. Amaterasu, this place is Yoshpet's little secret. Welcome to Punktan, home of the Ponkles. Yep, yet another thing that is evidently quite difficult to pronounce. I'm sure Isun will tell you a lot more about it. Ack. Anyway, Kemu sensed Lika's presence here, right? If we don't find her before the Day of Darkness begins, and she doesn't perform the volcanic incantation, Kamui will freeze over for good. We're really counting on you, Amaterasu. Indeed, here in this little clearing, there's apparently a bit of a secret. What could it possibly be? Well, hopefully Isun will enlighten us at least a little bit. Definitely want to feed everything in here and bloom all the trees, because as you might imagine, this area isn't the easiest place in the world to get to. So you're definitely going to want to do everything that you can in here now, if possible. Let's see, we also got these guys right here. Do they also take herbs? Or is it seeds? It's seeds. Very nice. I should probably restock on my feed bags soon, because I'm noticing I'm running a little bit low on certain types of food, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Also have these deer right here. I think they take herbs? Yes, indeed they do. Very good. Now, I think that is everything that we can get in here, and that is one voice crack for the ages. It's like we're having one of those one-of video now. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, with that, let's investigate this little tree stump in the middle. This place hasn't changed a bit. Ami, the Ponko village Punktan is in this tree stump. Too bad you're so big. I'm sure you'd like to go in there and chat with the locals. Hey, isn't that... Yeah, it's the Lucky Mallet. What's it doing here? Don't tell me it wants to repay you for your kindness. Who knew tools could be so loyal? I guess you could visit Punktan if you were smaller. Well, Furball, you gonna go in or what? I think we definitely want to enter Punktan. I bet it contains a lot of secrets and perhaps some knowledge as to Lika's whereabouts. Really? Well, I suppose you could ask the villagers about Lika. But you'll have to go by yourself. I ain't going in there. This slick helmet of mine could get ruined in such a gloomy place. I bet you never thought we'd see the Lucky Mallet again, but here we are. This is Punktan, which is basically the capital city of the Ponkles, and of course Isun is a Ponkle, as Ōki mentioned a few videos ago. And like most people who play this game say, any place that has Isun's theme song as the main background music is good in my book. Anyway, right off the bat here, there's a Konohana Blossom you're going to want to use to vine all the way up here, and inside this chest there is a stray bead, which is our third in this video. Hopefully you were paying attention in that little Yoshpet montage, because we did indeed grab 2 stray beads in there, so hopefully you caught that. Anyway, there are a couple of treasures hidden around this area which are definitely very nice. Vengeance Slip right there, which is a nice one. And I have to say, even though Kamui has like a really bleak aesthetic to it, I really like how they managed to stick probably one of the most colorful locations in the entire game right in the middle of Kamui, because like look at this place, it's gorgeous. I love the way this area looks. Alright, right here we have Agate tassels, or agate tassels if you play Pokemon Coliseum a little too much. Anyway, there are quite a few Konohana Blossoms that we can use to vine around this area, and there are definitely quite a few locals that you can talk to, But honestly, a lot of them don't really have too much interesting stuff to say, except for a couple, which we're definitely going to want to talk to, because we'll get a lot of backstory as to exactly what is going on here in Punktan, and why they are all holed up here, of all places. Right there we have a clover, and it looks like we have the capacity to upgrade something. Now, since both of our ink and our health are full maxed out, I think I'm going to upgrade my astral pouch for the first time in the series. Basically, all this does is it allows you to fill up a second astral pouch, which means you can have potentially 2 extra lives. So every time you level it up, that's basically what's going to happen. Now, if we open up our map here, you can see this place is a little bit crazy, and that lily pad right over there in the northwest actually has something that we want to grab, and I think I'm going to head over and do that now, because it's really just an easy little side detour, and it shouldn't take too terribly long. But also, it's worth noting, now this is a little bit awkward right here. There is someone in this village who will offer you the chance to make a seal of some kind, which is basically just drawing a picture. Don't do this, because it is used in a part of the game that was completely cut out of the Wii version. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you feel like wasting your time, because it's a waste of time. I don't know if it costs you anything, or if it's actually a little free thing that they allow you to do, but yeah, it's completely pointless, and I wouldn't recommend doing it for that reason. Anyway, I think it's right over here that we want. There's a chest all the way up here. Is this the one we want? No, it is not. Oh well. Alright, I think it's actually up there, if I'm understanding this correctly. Can we vine up this way? Indeed. We can, and inside this chest is still not what I'm looking for. Am I really in the wrong spot? No, I am not in the wrong spot. It is over there that we want. But, of course, all of the treasures are definitely appreciated, especially when they are in this amount. This is what we want. The last stray bead we're obtaining in this video. Very, very nice that we were able to get a hold of that. Now, where does this one go? Oh, please don't kill me. Okay, it's a chain. Awesome. Gonna chain right on over this way, and this will hopefully take us back to where we need to go, because, as you might imagine, this area is required, because I don't think there's such a thing as an optional area in Ōkami. You pretty much have to go everywhere that the game tells you to. Oh, there's actually more treasure. Wow. That's really impressive. There's a lot of treasure to be found right here. Now, can I get back easily? I can. Very good. In fact, I think right over there is where we want to go. So let's vine right on over, and it will plunk us right in front of these two guys, who we want to talk to. Hold it right there. Are you some kind of wolf? You can't be an ordinary wolf if you got into Punktan like this. We demand that you introduce yourself. And this is where the game very amusingly reminds us that we do indeed have a mute protagonist, because Isun is not here. That's weird. We can usually understand animals. I have no idea what's going on inside this wolf's head. But this strange makeup in the divine instrument looks so... I have a feeling I've seen them somewhere before, too. Really. Hold it right there. I remember where I recognize you from. You look just like the wolf in the scroll at old Ishaku's house. Does that mean you're a friend of our chief Ishaku? Seems we are. I thought so. Then I suppose we'd better let you in. This is the home of Ishaku, chief of the Punkles. He's resting inside at the moment. Please go on in. He's old and has become quite weak. His eyes are particularly bad, so keep that in mind. Make sure you don't give him any trouble. Really? Let's head on inside. Hmm? I recognize that smell. Who's there? No. It can't be. But I'd know that bark anywhere. You must be... Ami! Ami! It is you! When you departed this world after that brutal battle, I never imagined I would see you again. My eyes have started to fail me in my old age, but I can sense it. I can sense the tears you're trying to hide, too. Yes, go ahead and ignore me. That's the Ami I know. I don't know how you managed to make yourself so small, but that rudeness of yours leaves me in no doubt of who you are. I'm no longer the young boy you remember me as, Ami. I've grown to become the leader of Pongten. Yes, I am the legendary swordsman, Ishaku. And this is probably one of the best intros in the game. Legendary swordsman Ishaku, self-proclaimed. I've gone up in the world since we last met, wouldn't you say? You can give me that look, but I know you're impressed. But really, I'm sensing something about you that worries me. Your divine powers have weakened considerably. I assume you haven't retrieved all 13 of them yet, have you? Things have certainly changed since we last fought together. People no longer have faith in the gods like they used to. So I suppose it's only to be expected that you're weaker now. It's sad to see you without your old strength. But let me tell you straight, Ami, in your current state, you can't possibly fight off the powers of darkness. So tell me, don't you have a companion traveling with you this time? Is that a no? You mean you came all this way alone? I wasn't expecting to see you with anyone in particular, mind you. Oh well, never mind. It's no big deal. Ami, I'm sure you already know this, but in your current state, you can't defeat the ruler of darkness. We Ponkles always knew that darkness would come one day. That's why we've been training to be celestial envoys. Now is a good time to mention that there is a picture of Shiranui in the back of this room. Very, very interesting, and it would seem that, like we have been doing this whole time, Shiranui also had a pint-sized warrior alongside him, and indeed, this is him. You seem to have forgotten absolutely everything. Celestial envoys are the messengers of the gods. The gods cannot live on unless people believe in them. We Ponkles are the only ones who can communicate with gods. And we train as artists to teach the world their divine power. Then only the very best of us are chosen to be given the honor. The honor of being named a Celestial Envoy. I was the 6th Celestial Envoy when I traveled with you. But I'm old now, and I'm not as strong as I used to be. So I decided to take everything that I've learned and teach it to my people. I've been very strict, but it's paid off. Now almost all of them have what it takes to be a Celestial Envoy. So, Ami, take a look around the village and talk to them. It's up to you to decide who will be the 7th Celestial Envoy. Whoever you choose will accompany you on your journey. Their amazing paintings will show the world your divine power. If people believe in you, your powers are sure to return. Then and only then will you be able to defeat the darkness. Very, very interesting indeed. Ishaku is indeed Shiranui's partner in arms, and now we need to go find a partner of our own, although I have a feeling that many of you can already suspect who our partner is going to wind up being, because I mean, you know, duh. So we're just going to explore the village a little bit more. You don't have to talk to everyone as far as I know, but there are a couple of characters that you do need to talk to / ought to talk to. I'm not sure, but this might be one of them. There's actually quite a few areas around here, and it looks like there's actually no one in here. That's surprising. You have to wonder, where did Isun live when he used to live here? Because it's pretty obvious he did. Anyway, with that, maybe that is Isun's house. I don't actually know if that's ever been confirmed, but it's definitely an interesting hypothesis that I just came up with right now and is probably canon, and I'm not the first person to come up with it at all. But anyway, there are two characters that we definitely want to talk to in this area, one of which is a merchant. I don't remember which one of these is the merchant, but I don't think it's this one. It might be this one, actually. What an unusual customer. Say, you're a god, aren't you? We hardly see any here these days. Listen up, Godwolf. I collect things I find in the forest. It's sort of a hobby. Do you want to play shop with me? Okay, so this is the shop. Nice. It's a pretty serious game. Yes, indeed. Let us do some shopping. What we want to do is we want to sell all of the stuff that we got a hold of in Yoshpet. Please let this be enough money. It's going to be close. Oh, man, that is close. Also, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to sell all of my mermaid coins just because there's no point in owning them. Anyway, he sells a new weapon. The 8th Wonder, the 4th tier glaive, which also grants ink bullet power. I want to buy that right about now. And with that, I don't think he sells anything new, but I want to go into my tools right here and upgrade this weapon immediately, because this is a very, very powerful weapon. I know we only had one on-screen battle with the resurrection beads, but we'll put them on the sub slot just so they can get a little bit more screen time going forward. Anyway, with that, check out this thing. This is a serious blade. Anyhow, let's head right back out here into the village, and man, I can't get over just the size of this ridiculous thing, and I like how it has a bit of a gear on it. It's a very interesting aesthetic detail. Anyhow, there is one more person we want to talk to in this area before we head back to Ishaku and tell him what we think of all of the ponkles around here, and I believe she lives in this house. Yes. Huh? You're a bit small for a wolf, aren't you? And it looks like you're wearing some kind of strange makeup. You're the first visitor in this village who isn't a ponkle. My name's Mia. Pleased to meet you. Indeed, this is Punkle Girl Mia. You know, there was a lost child in the forest the other day. Intrigued? She wandered even deeper into the forest and disappeared through the Spirit Gate, looking almost possessed. The Spirit Gate, huh? The Spirit Gate is a relic that lies deeper inside the forest. It's a strange gate that takes you to another place and another time. But people say that opening the gate invites misfortune. We Punkles always make sure we steer well clear of it. But when I saw the girl wandering deeper into the forest, I decided to follow because I was worried about her. I saw the gate open the moment she stood before it. And then it was like she'd been swallowed up. Do you think I should tell the Elder about this, Wolfie? I don't know, that sounds like pretty darn important information to tell the Elder, but maybe we should go pry him just to see if that is really something we should be concerned about. But when they say it like that, that sounds like something to be darned well concerned about. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, Ishaku, what do you gotta say? What is it? Huh. Ignoring me again, are you? It doesn't matter. I can tell what you're thinking anyway. You're thinking about the Spirit Gate, aren't you? Only a fool would be interested in something like that. That loathsome gate invites misfortune, I tell you. If you open it, you'll be engulfed in a vile, sinister air. You have to wonder how Ishaku knows all of this. There's no reason in the world you'd ever need to open it. Anyway, it can't be opened without my trusty sword Denjin Maru. Never mind that. How's your search for a celestial envoy going? It must be hard to choose with all the talent here. What? Is there something you want to tell me? Now, just for the record, I don't have a grandson anymore. That no-good rascal gave up on his training and ran away with one of my treasured paintings. He's no longer a grandson of mine. I've washed my hands of him. Interesting indeed. Ishaku's grandson ran off with one of his prized paintings and never came back. Gee, I wonder who it could possibly have been. This is one part of the game where I feel like the game takes forever and a day to sort of tell you what you really can pick up on all by yourself. I bet you can imagine who his grandson is, but I will wait the requisite 30 seconds more for the game to explain exactly what you already know. You done yet? What? It looks like you want to say something. The Spirit Gate? Are you telling me Lika went through it? Huh, you're as easy to read as a book. Well, I ain't gonna go in there either. It's nothing but trouble. If you have to go, ask that old man Ishaku to be your guide. Isun? Is that really you? Who's there? Isun, it's me, Mia. Oh, Mia. So you finally come home. And I bet you've become a real celestial envoy. Just like Grandpa Ishaku and everyone knew you would be. But why won't you come into the village? Oh, I get it. You don't want to go see him, right? Put a cork in it. What? And what's with this celestial envoy business? Give me a break. What good would it do to become something like that? I'd rather live happy and carefree. I can't believe you'd say that. So does that mean you don't paint anymore? We Ponkles are supposed to help people believe in the gods. Otherwise, the gods will remain forever powerless, remember? I said put a cork in it. If you like painting so much, go for it, but you can count me out. Go hawk your silly ideas and harebrained plans somewhere else. Isun? Go away, we're busy. We have urgent business beyond the Spirit Gate. What? Listen, I don't have time to help you with your boring old paintings. Let's get out of here, Ami. Isun, wait. Isun, are you really going to the Spirit Gate? Are you trying to find a little Owina girl by any chance? Come on, Ami. We wasted too much time here already. Let's go already. With that very sad cutscene, we have found out quite a bit here today. This past episode of Ōkami, we have found out that the Ponkles, the race that Isun hails from, indeed live here in Kamui. And indeed, their chief elder, Ishaku, was the 6th Celestial Envoy and our partner in our previous life as Shiranui. But now his grandson Isun has fled Punktan because he does not want to share that destiny. Eerie indeed. And we also found out that even deeper inside Yoshpet is the Spirit Gate. And it is said that Lika went through it. So next time on Ōkami, we're going to be going after her. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Ōkami